If you're looking for help with any relationship, be it with someone in your family, your soulmate, your work colleagues, yourself, Archangel Raguel is the archangel for you. Archangel Raguel is an archangel you may not be familiar with, but tonight we're going to introduce you. We're going to bring you closer, and we're going to help you understand the ways, the loving ways that he can assist you in your personal life every single day. Angel Heart Radio programs should not be used to replace your legal or medical advice. Welcome everyone to Angel Heart Radio. You are our focus. We want you to know that you matter in the world and that you're important to the world. We're here to remind you of just how valuable and needed you are right now. Help us to help others. If you like what you hear, tell your friends, post, tweet, pin, let everyone know how amazing Angel Heart Radio is. So again, welcome to Angel Heart Radio. Powered by love, Angel Heart Radio is sponsored by AngelLight777.com. Hi everyone, and we are powered by love. We are powered by the most beautiful love that I've ever come across, and that is that deep, soulful, powerful, connective love of the angels. Hello, hello. I'm Anayah Joy Holilly. Welcome to Angel Heart Radio for this episode of the Archangel series. And of course, we're looking at Raguel tonight. It's going to be wonderful, either introducing you or deepening your connection with him. I am a certified angel intuitive with advanced training, soon to be published author. I'm the creator of AngelLight777.com and the founder of Angel Heart Radio, and I'm a happy little angel worker. My website is AngelLight777.com.
I like that we're being powered by love. I like that very much. I'm Ros Place. I am a clairvoyant angel communicator, and I'm from the south coast of England. I'm also an author and a Udemy instructor, and you can find out all about me at angelswithros.com.
So this whole Udemy thing, everyone check Ros Place out on Udemy, because she is taking the whole world by storm. These beautiful big angel wings are flying around the world, and really, Ros, you are helping so many people, and you're a bit of a smash success there, aren't you?
Oh, that's a lovely thing for you to say. I really enjoy Udemy. The very best way for people to get to Udemy is to visit my site, and you'll get an instant coupon discount if you come to my site. That's the very best way to get to Udemy. But yes, I'm loving it. I'm feeling like I can be myself, and that is what people are enjoying, and it's an opportunity for me to be able to share everything that I know. Thank you very much. I look forward to you being on there, Anayah.
Yes,
you'll be very well on there.
It'll be next year for me, I feel. At the moment, that's my kind of vision, but who knows? I'm ready to flow with whatever occurs. And I'm excited about it, Ros, because it's a medium I love. I absolutely love connecting with people, as you know, and as do you. And to be able to, when I look into my camera, once upon a time I was terrified and I didn't know what to say. And now when I look into my camera and I'm making a video, I feel like I'm looking into the eyes of loved people all over the world. That's a great feeling.
Oh, absolutely. I can relate to that completely. It was one of my biggest barriers. And looking into the camera, and I mean, I started off by imagining that I was sitting in front of the most attentive, most interested, most engaged and connected individual that I'd ever met. And from there, you respond in that way. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to you being on there. And it's a great, and I think the other thing that's great about Udemy is that there's such a variety of people doing different things, and it's so accessible in terms of the price. You know, the maximum you're going to pay on Udemy is $50, and a lot of the courses are like $10, $15, and they're high quality content, and you can get on there and you can see what everyone else thinks about it by reading the reviews. So it's good. I'd love to have you on there. Maybe we'll do something together one day, Anayah.
Love to. Love to.
Look forward to that.
Yeah, me too. Okay, everyone, we've normally got Leesa with us, and she was planning to be here. I don't know where she is. She may have some internet issues. She may join us in a little while. We'll see. But in the meantime, you can visit Leesa's website at feathersofanangel.com and get to know her a little bit there while we're waiting for her. Okay, Ros, so we're talking about and talking with, because when we do these programs, we're not just talking about an archangel, are we? We're actually bringing the presence of that being in through us and out over the airwaves, aren't we?
Absolutely, yeah. And Archangel Raguel is very much present. It's interesting how angels can show up in your life. Today is a beautiful blue sky day. It's such a feeling of optimism and positivity and just that wonderful sunshine energy that Raguel brings into your life. And I'm also wearing a lovely light blue cashmere cardigan, so I'm feeling very connected physically to Raguel. And yes, he is with us. He is communicating through us, sharing his guidance for everybody who's listening. It's wonderful.
It is wonderful. As always, everyone, I've created some lovely memes to help anchor the types of work that Raguel does and how you can connect, and just lovely little snippets. And they're going to be appearing on Facebook, on our Angel Heart Radio Facebook page, as we go throughout the show, because I've scheduled those. And Ros, I've given Raguel a lovely little name that just, I'm sure he dropped it into my mind the other day. I've called him the Kiss and Makeup Angel.
That's lovely. That's him. That's exactly how he is. He's a relationship angel. He is the angel of mutual cooperation, peace. Yes, absolutely. Kiss and Makeup Angel. I love that. It's good.
I love that too, and I think that's right, directly from him. Because when we're talking about relationships, we're talking about all aspects of relationships, including the relationship that we have with ourselves, which is so vital, isn't it, Ros? If we're going to move forward in our other relationships, feeling connected, feeling that we are having a very deep, satisfying relationship, we have to actually be able to have with that ourselves first, even if it's not as deep as we'd like to go, because we're all learning, we're all deepening, we're always connecting. Raguel, for me, is this beautiful angel that says, you know what, I can help take you there, take you places where you may not be able to go yourself right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember hearing how, and I think lots of people might be able to relate to how you hear that everything begins with you. You know, everything in terms of manifesting and in terms of being powerful begins inside of you. And it's very challenging sometimes to feel the space between how you feel and how you want to feel or how you want your life to be. But it's actually very empowering to know that you can create an energy inside of yourself, to intend to do that and to take baby steps in that direction, which will help you to have that experience of life. And it's not a criticism, it's not an overwhelm to be to know that all of the energy that you establish and create in your life comes from you. It's not like a responsibility. It's actually a very empowering knowing, and that any steps that you can take towards bringing in more of those feelings are going to bring massive improvements into your life. So, yeah, it does all begin with us. We have the power. We have complete power to change things, and that's a wonderful thing to know.
It most certainly is. And there was a key word that you said there, which was intention, which triggered me to remember that I want to say to everyone, we are so fortunate that we're syndicating United Intentions Radio here on Angel Heart Radio. And I'm talking Australia time now, which will be Thursday, 10 a.m. Brisbane, Australia time each week. Do come and support them and check them out on Blog Talk Radio as well. Tim Ray is I just love his sense of humour. I love Tim's laugh. He's got this laid-back way of bringing even a very serious subject forward, which I think is really great. But I love the questions he asks. I love the way his mind works when he's talking with someone and having a wonderful communication with someone. So, Tim, thank you for the work you do in the world, and thank you for approaching Angel Heart Radio about syndication, because it's a wonderful opportunity for us both. So thank you.
Wonderful.
Okay. Yeah, it's great. Okay, now with Archangel Raguel, everyone, one of the most exciting things for me personally about working with Raguel is the colour that he vibrates to, and it's a light blue. And it's exciting for me because it happens to be one of my most favourite colours in the world. Have a look around wherever you are right now, and over the next 50 minutes, just notice if light blue starts showing up for you. You notice it. Oh, that Skype button's always been light blue, but gee, it looks really bright tonight or today. In your world, light blue will start to show up for you, and that's Raguel giving you a little tap on the shoulder to say, I'm here with you, I'm always here with you, but you're really noticing me now because Leesa, well, not Leesa because she's not here, but Ros and Anayah have been speaking about me, so please invite me into your life. How do you invite any of the angels or archangels? Let's talk about Raguel tonight. How do you invite Raguel into your life, Ros?
Inviting Raguel, well, it's interesting actually because it's come up recently for me, and I think the thing that's great about you developing this series, Anayah, is that it's giving people the opportunity to have a go-to archangel. So there are lots of archangels. There's so much to discover and to learn and to know about them. But to be able to really easily reach out for an angel at the time that you know that it would be helpful to you is extremely beneficial. And Raguel is an angel who brings great cooperation, great peace, brings harmony. So there was a situation recently, actually, within the family where there were a lot of different opinions and views, lots of different perspectives, and everybody felt that they were right. And that's a very subjective word, isn't it? Everybody felt that they were right. And I asked Raguel, because obviously I work with Raguel very often, and very often he just comes through, but I reached out to him intentionally at this time, and I said, Archangel Raguel, please bring harmony, please bring mutual cooperation, please bring an energy of everybody working together for a really wonderful outcome. And it takes the emphasis away from, for starters, make it the way I want it to be. And secondly, make it have this form, bring this outcome. And it's funny, before we came on air, Anayah and I were talking about how we get very fixed sometimes on the way that we want things to be. But when you work with feelings, when you start to establish the way that you want to feel, the angels can bring you a much broader outcome. So in terms of how I connect with Raguel, sometimes he will come through a reading that I'm doing or through something that's happening in my own life. But the other day it was wonderful to reach out to him. And everything feels very smooth in that situation. There's a kind of developing time. There's an appreciation of each other's wanting things to be the way that they consider it to be best. But actually putting Raguel into that situation and asking him to fill that difference of opinion within the family with an energy of harmony, an energy of mutual cooperation, an energy of openness, and everybody wanting a positive outcome was something that I thoroughly enjoyed. So you can find out about the angels, you can learn about their divine specialisms, and you can also, once you have established that, reach out for specific situations in your life. So it was beautiful. He's not judgmental, he's not heavy-handed, he doesn't kind of go in there all guns blazing. He's very calm, he's a very diffusing angel, but very effective. So I'm very much appreciating Raguel and the involvement that he's had in this family situation in my life.
And isn't that so powerful, Ros? Because as you say, we can feel, and it's hard, isn't it? Difficult. When we feel we are absolutely just, we are absolutely right, and yet that viewpoint isn't bringing us any closer to peace, any closer to resolution, and it doesn't bring us any closer to having a clear communication. Remember the talking stick. Whoever's got the talking stick gets to say their piece and nobody gets to interrupt. Well, Raguel is kind of like the talking stick, if you will, because when each person is speaking, when each person has something to say, when we feel that we are justified, it's very difficult to sit back and let them say what they need to say, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and I think that it's easy for people to feel very threatened by differences of opinion, particularly when people have a real strength of feeling about something. And it can be a situation when people feel that they need to dig their heels in or really assert themselves in a, not a powerful way, but in a forceful way. But the way that Raguel works is, and the way that I enjoy working with him and all of the angels is, let's step away from what I want the specific outcome to look like, okay? That's the emotional connection which prevents the positive outcome. And we all get emotional connections. When something's really important, it's really important, and you feel the way that you do about it. But my advice would be just to step back a little bit, and rather than focusing upon it has to look this way, and the reason that you think it has to look that way is because you imagine that that's the only way that you're going to feel the way that you want to feel. That outcome is the only way that you are going to feel all of that wonderful sense of whatever it is you expect to feel when that outcome arrives. My advice would be step back from that, because actually what you want is a feeling which you're motivated towards creating within yourself based on what you want that outcome to be. But you're restricting that channel of receiving. You're not allowing the universe to bring you the vast array of opportunities and outcomes that you haven't even considered. And I smile within myself when I say that, because we think we know it all, don't we? We think, particularly if you're a particular kind of character, I've gone through a number of years of thinking I've thought about this, but as I've got older, I've realised that, I've realised a number of things, but one of the things about myself I've realised is I change my mind a lot. I have an opinion, I feel strongly about that opinion at that time, and that's fine, but I do change. For example, the way I eat has changed. I've gone from being a vegetarian to an exclusive vegan raw food. I now eat meat. I think that vitamins are really important, and then it's something to do with another way of eating. And that's fine, because it's all leading you towards refining the way that you want to eat in this example, or the kind of life situation that you want to live. But it is a process, and you are always changing and evolving. So I'll just step back now, and not in a pious way, not in a, I'm so spiritual and I know everything way, because I really don't. It's just, this is the way I want to feel. I feel powerful when I sit down and I think, how do I want to feel? I think that this outcome is going to make me feel like that. Well, okay, let's just focus on the way I want to feel. And when I allow myself to feel those feelings, then I can attract a vast array of different outcomes. And very often, you might get to an outcome. If you force something to happen, it's highly unlikely that it will contain the complete feelings that you expected it to when you rammed it on through, when you pushed it on through. So for me, it's about working with Raguel and asking him to bring wonderful, positive outcomes, and also mentioning the sky, something that we find difficult, I think, to imagine as human beings, blue sky outcomes. And to me, a blue sky outcome is where everybody benefits, is where there is a positive aspect, a positive feeling, a positive outcome for everybody involved. And I think that very often when we feel something, we think, I must have this, and therefore another person can't have what they want. It's this whole finite way that we look at the world that we live in. But I want this to feel like this. But it's having an unconditional feeling that is the freedom, and that it's just fun to feel and is enjoyable to feel. And that is the manifesting power, I think. So, yeah, Raguel helps you to step back and to feel the way that you want to feel, and to attract that through the universal laws, through law of increase, which is a great law that he enjoys working with, which is about, I've identified that I want more of this feeling in my life, and this work that I do a lot with people, helping them to establish where it exists already and amplify it. And that's activating the law of increase. So he's a very loving, a very positive, harmonious, a very fair, considerate angel. And I really enjoy him being here with us today. You could probably hear my voice sounds calmer than usual because he's with me.
Oh, Raguel, you're amazing.
Today.
I know exactly what you're saying. Okay, so Archangel Raguel's name means friend of God. So, as we can understand and it's God of your understanding. So, this name is a beautiful name, isn't it? Because it's showing us that the one that created all, this magnificent being who has so much love for us and invites us to experience so much peace and so much joy. This archangel being a friend of that being, it's like you want to hang out with them. You've got great friends, and you can. We all can. I say that kind of as a bit of a joke, but it's true. We can hang out with these archangels. I was driving along this afternoon. My mum's not real well today, so I decided to make her some dinner and took it to her house. And I'm driving along and I said to Raguel, what would you like me to talk about on the show tonight about you? And he dropped this beautiful process into my consciousness that I think I'll share now, Ros, before we go any further. Lovely. Okay.
Wonderful.
Please don't do this if you're driving or if you're doing anything that requires your full attention. You can do it later. Come back and listen later. It'll be here for you. Take a breath. Lovely cleansing breath and let it out. Allow yourself to feel where you are, your physical presence in the chair, in the room, on your bed, wherever you are. See all around yourself a beautiful, soft, glowing light. To the right of your body, you'll find a dial. Reach out and turn it up. Brighter and brighter. Can you feel it? It's bright, it's sparkling, there are flecks of gold, flecks of blue. It's gorgeous. You are now in a beautiful cocoon of loving, attentive, generous, shielding light. Now, call on Archangel Raguel, the relationship angel, call him in. Invite him into your space. And let someone, it could even be a group of people, but let someone come to mind who you are in dispute with or have been in dispute with and would really like to be able to move beyond that happily and comfortably in a way that you feel really works for you in your everyday life. Bring them close to you. Invite them in. And as they sit before you, Archangel Raguel comes gently closer and closer and envelopes you with the most beautiful light blue wings, like a loving, gentle hug. And within that safe cocoon, tell Raguel what it is that's so deeply bothering you. And know that the other person or people within that safe space will hear you and let you say what you need to say. Let it out. Let it all out. Well done. Now, invite the other person or the other people to share their point of view. No one's right and no one's wrong, but just invite them to share their point of view. Allow their words to just ripple over you. Just ripple over you, but the meaning you absorb. The compassionate heart part of you absorbs all of their deep meaning. Maybe they're crying. Maybe they're even yelling, but it's okay because in this safe space, that quickly calms down, becomes gentle, and their meaning is obvious to you. And we call upon Archangel Raguel to help you see the other's point of view, to help you feel it and understand it and accept it without any need to try and change it in any way. And in this safe space, you can tell them that you love them, even though you're maybe feeling upset with them. And they can tell you, you're important to me. I really do care. It's just that I'm scared you won't hear me if I don't stomp around and try and stick up for myself. And Raguel says, no one is right and no one is wrong. And everyone can be accommodated when we tune into a higher frequency. Thank you, Raguel. And that dial that you turn to the right remains there now. And you can dial up your energy to a higher frequency anytime you want to have a conversation with someone. Anytime you want to feel heard. And you can call on this beautiful angel to step in and support you at any moment of your day or night. Now thank Archangel Raguel. Thank the other person or the other people. And thank yourself for being willing to be in this space. And as you become aware of your breath, as you're breathing in and breathing out, and as you tune into your body again, just allow the feelings of peace that have been generated to stay with you. And pay attention to your dreams tonight. And allow the river of communication to carry you. And allow your mind to rest. And we thank you, Archangel Raguel. Ah, that was lovely.
Thank you, Archangel Raguel, and thank you, Anayah. Absolutely beautiful.
And isn't it lovely to know that when we, if we thought the next conversation we had with someone could possibly be our last, I'm sure it wouldn't be who didn't close the fridge properly and who, didn't buy milk and drank the last of it. And this is where the angels and archangels are so powerful for me, Ros, because they can lift me, if I'm willing, they can help lift me to a perspective where I'm more open to true communication, to really have the conversations that I really want to have in my life.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that when we connect with archangels, we feel their energy in a way which automatically and very easily brings us into a vibration of them. So when we work with Archangel Raguel, we feel the peace and we feel the harmony, and he's lifting our vibration up into that energy. And when your vibration is lifted up into that energy, the outcome that you want to feel, the way that you want to feel, that you might be reaching out for through feeling frustrated or angry or being right, or that person continuously doing something that you've spoken to them about, you're in a vibration that is going to allow positive outcomes. You being right is never going to lift you into the situation and into the energy, which is going to bring improvement. The being right is the ego, and it's the part of us that holds us down. And it's interesting, actually, that Archangel Raguel is the archangel connected with the solar plexus chakra. I work with Raguel and the solar plexus very often, because solar plexus is the chakra which is all related to ego, it's related to being right, it's the part of us which is kind of underdeveloped in lots of ways. And the ego can be a very dynamic, very forwards-moving energy, but when it's dominant, it distorts things, and it's a very slow, long-winded and quite protracted way of approaching life. And to move up more into the heart center, which is where your power is. And I really want to be clear about this, because when people are sensitive, when people are gentle, when people are generous, they very often feel that they've been in their heart and that they've been taken advantage of, or that people have seen this as a weakness. But moving into your heart and feeling that power, which is a much more effective, which is a much more joyful, which is a much more enjoyable way and swift way of manifesting the outcomes that you want, then you start to see the whole world change around you. So being in your heart isn't being sentimental, it isn't being kind of weak, it isn't capitulating, it isn't saying, oh, I don't care, or I'm just going to let you run roughshod over me. And also that word of assertion, asserting yourself. It's about self-esteem, and it's about knowing, having a plan and knowing a consistent way of working with the angels, which will help you to get into the vibration that you're reaching for. And identifying what you're reaching for when you're feeling disappointed, or when you're feeling that things are unfair, or when you're feeling as though the whole world is against you, is a challenge. And that's why Archangel Raguel can just take you a baby step to begin with into a feeling of peacefulness, improved, increased, enhanced peacefulness. Very often, Anayah, it's my experience, I don't know whether you can relate to this, and I can relate to this within myself, and I'm much improved on this, and I suppose because I've been through it and I can identify with it, I can talk about it with a level of understanding maybe. But because people can't do the complete what they want to do from where they are, there's a tendency not to bother. So it's like, from where I am now, where I want to be is too far, it's too much. My experience with the angels is that it's about taking baby steps into a feeling that you want to experience more of, acknowledging and identifying what those feelings are. And then it's about being consistent. So it's about doing tiny little things consistently, which enable the universe and the angels to bring you what you want. And one of the ways I like doing that is to help people to see things that they do in their life already, and to begin to deliberately associate them with something that they want more of. For example, can I just share this, Anayah? Is there time to share this?
Please do, please do.
Something that I know people are challenged by, well, there are two big areas. Love. Love is a big area that people are challenged by, whether it be love for themselves and all the different ways that that plays out in their life, or wanting to have a relationship with another. It's a human condition. Most people, the vast majority of people, want to be in a relationship. They want a relationship. And love and trust, in my experience, go hand in hand. So it's trusting yourself to feel, it's trusting the universe to bring you what you want, it's being open to love. And it can be a bit of a catch-22 because people want a relationship or they want to attract more positivity into their life, but because of their past, for example, because of the evidence they feel their life has given to them, they don't have the trust. They're not feeling confident that they can reach out in the way that the angels want to help them to. And so it undermines them further because they think, I haven't got this love experience that I want in my life. I'm not deserving of this. I've trusted in the past and it's led me down this road. I like to help people by working with the angels to link, for example, trust and love together in a way that's every day. And I'm using this example because it's about real life angel guidance. That's what I do, real life angel guidance. And that's what the angels and Anayah does too. It's about helping people to relate to the angels in the real world so that the angels are with you, helping you with all the things that you do already. So with regards to trust, okay, I know I need to trust. I acknowledge that that's important for me to do, but I don't. So my experience, people would think, I'm going to use an affirmation. I'm going to say, I trust. I am open and I trust. My experience with affirmations is, if you don't believe it, then you're repeating something which isn't the full package. You're not feeling what you want the universe to bring. So I will take people to an experience of looking at baby steps which are consistent. So I'll say to people, you want more trust in your life. What is it that would help you to trust more? And they would say, right, well, I could join a club, but they're big things. They're big things. So trust, and something that I give to people, and this links in beautifully with Raguel, is let's look at trust and let's look at you doing something consistent every day which can confirm and activate the law of increase by showing you that you can trust and that it's safe to trust. I'll say, I want you to look at the sky every day. I want you to look at the sky, and this is Archangel Raguel here, the blue sky, and I want you to, every time you look at the sky, acknowledge that it's always there. Acknowledge that every morning when you get up, the sky is there. And every night when you go to bed, the sky is there. And sometimes there might be stars, and sometimes there might be a moon, and sometimes there might be rainbows, and sometimes there might be rain, and sometimes there might be sun. But the sky is always there. And when you take a baby step which is consistent in something that you do every single day anyway, you start to activate and bring the angels into your life in a way which helps you to attract what is so important to you but feels so far away. So looking at the sky and feeling trust and deliberately acknowledging that the sky is always there, and that I can trust the sky, and that I can trust the angels, and that I can trust that when I get up tomorrow it's going to be there, and I can trust that every time I look out of the window it will be there. It's a baby step. It's a consistent, small step, and in this case working with Raguel, looking at the sky, feeling peace, feeling harmony, knowing that he is there and with you in your life, which helps you to leverage the law of increase. So I want to trust, but joining a club or joining a dating agency is just too much, and it undermines the whole process. A baby step. I want to trust, and I'm going to use the sky, or I'm going to use anything else in my life. Another thing, I'll share this just quickly, which relates to love, because I mentioned trust and love, something that people do every day. Now, I'm a woman, and Anayah, you're a woman, and every day I use some kind of cream on my face. Okay, so every day I put cream on my face. I associate that action now with putting love on my face. So
I love that, Ros. Stop. I just have to say, I love that. And I love you for helping us have that beautiful image, that moment. Thank you. Please keep going. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, there are lots of things that are fascinating about it, because I don't know whether you've ever studied the work of Emoto. Study's a big word. I can't confess to having studied Emoto, but Emoto, right, so just in a nutshell, for people that maybe aren't aware, Emoto is a Japanese dude. I'm not quite sure what he is. He's not really a scientist. He's an amazing Japanese guy. And what he did was he took photographs of water, the molecular structure of water, and he had 2 glasses of water, and one glass of water he looked at and he said, I love you, I appreciate you, you are so beautiful, you are the most magical, appreciated, pure, look how clear you are, look how much you give to me. And he really appreciated that water, and he took a photograph on a molecular structure. And the pictures of all the molecules were beautiful. Happiness and appreciation had the most beautiful shape, like snowflakes. They were happy, they were bouncing. He did exactly the same thing and said exactly the same things, but the complete opposite, which I won't do, but you can imagine, to a glass of water, and took pictures. It looked awful. It looked fragmented and jagged. So on a scientific level and on a molecular level, everything is affected by vibration, by, in this case, the energy and the words and the feeling that's projected at something. So bringing this back to the cream that I put on my face every day, not only am I feeling love every morning, and this is something that I do every day anyway, I'm not setting myself up for a fall. I'm not saying, oh, I'm going to do yoga for an hour every morning and show myself that I love myself. Yeah, to do, fantastic, but I can't do an hour of yoga every day. And it's not something that fits into my life. So what people do is they set up with all these good intentions, and then they feel even worse than they did before they start, because now they're not doing an hour of yoga a day. Well, I put skin stuff on my face every day. So when I put my skin stuff on, not only do I appreciate that cream that I'm putting on my face, not only am I changing the molecular structure, enhancing the molecular structure of that wonderful cream by appreciating it and loving it and thanking it. It symbolizes love to me. So I'm putting love on my face every morning, and sometimes I even put love on my face every night. I do it twice a day. But it's these simple things that the angels can help you with, and that pot is Archangel Chamuel. Archangel Chamuel is the Archangel of love. So I'm connecting deliberately with archangels through things that I do on a daily basis. And I am, through law of increase, activating an energy that I want more of in my life. So there you go. It's something that you might like to take part in. It's everyday things which you associate with an energy that you want more of in your life. And that's what the angels help you to do. Just improve a little, but have it be consistent. So are you going to put love on your face?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to do it the minute I have this computer.
You look like you do already, Anayah, to be fair. You look like you do already. But it's a deliberate, a deliberate thing.
It is.
You feel good about when you do it, but
And it's important, isn't it, as you say, because it's the little things. When we make these big plans about how we're going to change our lives, we have to remember that every single thing we ever do for any kind of change in our lives, for any kind of additional happiness that we want to feel, we need to take these very small, consistent steps. For me,
absolutely.
Yes, exactly what you just said before. For me, it's the consistency of always including the angels in some way in my life. I mean, the way I am on the radio and on Facebook is the way I am in my life. I love the angels. They are my friends, my mentors. They support me and love me and teach me how to do that for myself. They teach me everything I need to know. I am just willing to be open to recognize when they turn up. And when we're talking about angels like Raguel, I mean, he brings forward divine order. So if you're struggling with something and you can't quite get things to... There's something pretty big about to happen in my life. I'm about to sell my house, and there's an important phone call I have to make to get the ball rolling. And I rang last week, which I thought was going to be the perfect day, and they couldn't hear me. And then I rang again and I couldn't get through. So I realized the divinity of the order of things needs to be flowing in accordance with that overall picture that the angels have. They see it all. They see my whole story. They see every molecule of me. And so now I realized, even though my head was saying, come on, Anayah, today's the day, it's the perfect day, you've said you were going to do it, you told people you were going to do it, let that go. Do I want to be right and say, oh, well, I made that phone call just like I said I would? Or do I want to work in the divine order of things? And so I've let it go.
Good for you. And also, do I trust myself to am I doing this in a reactive way because now I'm doing it now, and do I trust myself to go back and do it again? That's another thing, isn't it? It's like when something's big, and don't you find as well that the passage of time allows, we were saying this, weren't we? The universe takes a while to catch up. That's why being consistent is important. And sometimes you might be ready to do something and you'll feel that surge of I'm going to do it now. But the universe sometimes takes a while to line up with what's already occurred to you and what you know now as the new direction that you're taking. The universe sometimes says, just hang on a sec because there's a few little details that I just want to get in place to make this amazing for you. And it's fantastic when that happens. And like you say, stepping into, this is a good thing. I'm not going to because very often things like that will happen and people will say, oh, it's terrible. It was bad. It was a bad thing. It was bad. It was a sign. It was a sign that I shouldn't. Pay attention to how you feel and allow the universe to catch up. Allow yourself to step into the fact that the whole universe is on your side. The whole universe is behind you and helping you. And I feel very much that, as you do, Anayah, you're excited that it's going to be even more amazing when it comes back round again for you, and you're going to be even more sure.
Absolutely. Because I know, I can tell, and I bet you people listening have had the same experience. When I look back at times where I didn't pay attention and went with, no, I said I was going to, so I did, and I look back and I think, I wish I'd have waited. I can see now why it would have been more conducive to wait. I can see how much better things would have gone. Yeah.
Totally relate to that. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we've got 15 minutes left. Well, actually, we've got 13 minutes left. So in this next 13 minutes, we've spoken a lot tonight about the relationship aspect of Raguel, and I'm guessing. Just to guess, everyone, that this is what people really need to hear at the moment. So let's just talk about a couple of other little bits and pieces as well. And a lot of them will still relate to misunderstandings. But Raguel's colour, as Ros said earlier, is pale blue. The crystal or gemstone is aquamarine. Oh, love aquamarine. And the astrological sign associated with Raguel is Sagittarius. So if you want to figure out a way in your life to move forward, whether it's at work, at home, in yourself, relationships, buying a new car, it doesn't matter. Because everything that you do, at the basis of that, you're going to want to feel peace. You're going to want to feel balance. You're going to want to feel order and calm. And these are Archangel Raguel's calling cards, aren't they, Ros?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
And the other thing that, or another beautiful energy that Raguel can help you with is your level of integrity. Now, this isn't to say that you are not integrous. We all have integrity. But think about how you live your life and ask yourself some questions. You know, would I have liked to have done whatever, ABC, in a slightly more integrous way so that I would feel better about the outcome, so that when I walk into a room of people who I'm dealing with, I can look at them all in the eye and know that I've been in the highest integrity that I possibly can be at the moment. And that is a very powerful place to be, Ros.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. This integrity isn't about not telling the truth or being a deceitful or underhand person. It's how do my values and my behaviour align. And when there's a conflict, you feel it. And it's not a criticism. It doesn't make you a bad person. It gives you an opportunity to refine and to align your values with the way you live in your life. And that's what's going to bring you real happiness, absolute happiness.
That's so true. And, you know, and it's a really important point to make again. It's not that you don't have integrity or I don't have integrity. It's that where am I at with that? You know, like, you know that feeling you get when you look at someone in the eye and you speak your truth about something, and you know that you feel very connected to that. It feels really balanced and you feel confident in it. That's what we're talking about, so that you can experience more of that, because, hey, that feels amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Can I share something about my little boy, actually, with regards to integrity? My youngest is 5, and his name is Manny. His full name is Emmanuel, and he's a very confident boy, and he's very, very bright little boy. And he came up to me after school the other evening, and he said, my friend, I won't say his name, it doesn't matter, said he doesn't want to be my friend anymore, and he doesn't like me anymore. And I said, that's a shame. I said, but it doesn't need to change the way that you feel about yourself. He just feels like that. You can let him feel like that. So he said, and this is exactly what he said, he's 5. He said to me, I feel like a little bit of my heart broke when he said that.
Oh.
And I understand that. And you can talk away all kinds of stuff. But it's horrible for someone to say that. But I'd like to try to help him find his way through it. So I said to him, oh, Manny, I said, I can understand that. I said, and I did the usual thing that mums do, you know, there's lots of other children to play with. And he said, I want to tell his dad. So I said, okay. He said, I want to tell his dad what he said. And I said, well, the thing about it is, Manny, you're not going to change this little boy's mind by telling his dad what he said. So he said, but I want to tell him. So I said, well, if you want to tell him, you can tell him, but I'm going to wait here. So he said, okay. So to see how his strength of feeling was on that, and he went up to this little boy's dad, and he said, excuse me, he said, I'm Manny. He said, so-and-so, this little boy, said that he doesn't like me and that he doesn't want to be friends anymore. And I don't know what his dad said exactly, but we were walking home, and I said to Manny that I was really proud of him. But in my heart, I was thinking he's probably going to get a lot of hassle tomorrow at school because this little boy's dad is going to have told him off, and it's really going to make that situation quite an awful lot worse for him when he gets into school the next day. Anyhow, completely different. The little boy said, I'm really sorry. I had no idea that I'd made a little bit of your heart break, and I'm really sorry, and I really do want to be friends with you now. So that's an example of integrity. I feel this really strongly, and I'm not doing this because I think it's going to change your mind, but I want to express that. And it's not about telling everybody how you feel about everything or having a relationship with life which is about you did this wrong, but it is about being confident enough sometimes to say, and for that to be an opportunity for somebody maybe to realize that you really do care. And it was a wonderful outcome. But so brave, this little curly blonde 5-year-old going up to someone's dad. But yeah,
who's like
unbelievable.
800 times bigger than he is.
But that was integrity. To him, that was integrity. That was, I feel this, and it's important to me that you are aware of how I feel. And he's a very gentle little boy, but the way that he expressed it brought a wonderful outcome. So I was that is a version of integrity. I know that I would not have been confident to do that when I was his age. And, but it's allowing kids that opportunity, isn't it? I know that we're coming really, really to the end. I'm not sure how much, because I've got like
couple of minutes, just a couple of minutes.
Can I?
Maximum 2 minutes.
Right. This is a blessing which is going to help everybody to go into their heart and open up to the wonderful positive energy that's out there in the universe right now, and to be unconditional about what it is, to be open to good things. Okay, so what I'd like everyone to do, please, is to close their eyes, not if you're driving, but if you're able to, close your eyes and go into your heart center. And I'd like you just to take this opportunity just to pause. Pause from everything you've heard. Pause from everything you're thinking about. Pause from everything that's going on in your life at the moment. And appreciate where you are right now. And I'd like you to open your heart bravely and confidently to receive all the gifts of the universe. And I'd like you to allow the universe to deliver to you whatever blessing, whatever opportunity, whatever idea, whatever thought, whatever inspiration, whatever energy or guidance there is for you right now in this very moment. Open your heart and let the universe bring good things. And so it is. And that process is something that I wrote a long time ago, and it's interesting that it's come through with my Raguel notes for today. It's about knowing that the universe is always on your side, knowing that whatever happens, the universe is helping you. And when you just open your heart up to blessings, when you open your heart up to whatever good thing is on its way, to whatever idea or inspiration, the universe can feel that and instantly start to deliver good things. It's that baby step that gets you into the vibration of wonderful things coming into your life. Thank you, Anayah.
That was wonderful. And when I was just focusing on my heart space, and you said, and open your heart, to the universe, to all good things, all these white doves flew out. It was gorgeous. It was absolutely beautiful. So obviously I've been holding things in for a little while, and now they're all free. It's beautiful. Thank you, Ros. Thank you.
Oh, pleasure.
Well, this has been a wonderful experience again. The only other thing I want to say about Raguel is, look, a lot of people, I've got some people coming to me saying, look, I can't seem to find friends that I connect with anymore. I don't seem to be... Archangel Raguel can help you attract wonderful friends who are a fit with you for where you are right now. So don't be afraid to call on him for that. Now, if you can't think of his name, it doesn't matter. You just focus on that angel that can help me get friends, or that angel that can help me have a more connected relationship, or that archangel who can help me with regards to the mediation I need in my relationship with such and such. That's all you need to do. The name doesn't matter. The name doesn't matter. You know your name, he knows his. You'll find
Absolutely.
to each other. Absolutely wonderful. So I want to say to everyone, thank you so much for supporting us and loving Angel Heart Radio and the Archangel series. Wow. And I can see that one of the Archangel series that we've produced, which is the Archangel, particularly Sandalphon and Uriel, people are listening to them constantly. All of them, but those two in particular seem to be a really exciting and a big magnet for people at the moment. So if you're enjoying what you hear on Angel Heart Radio, please support us. Please, as we said in the very beginning of the show, help us to help others, because that's why we're here. We want to bring forward information that's going to bring you joy and peace and harmony and wealth and health and a bit of fun as well. So please do let everyone know. Pin us, post us, tweet us, whatever. Email some links. Let people know. We would really appreciate you. And when you're listening to a program on this show link, please, could you go down and write a little review, a little comment at the bottom? That helps Google find us as well. Ros, it's been another lovely, lovely program, hasn't it?
Very much. I loved being with you. Wonderful. Looking forward to being with you again very soon.
Yes, we'll be back next week, everyone. Oh, you've got two, one after the other. Next week, we're looking at Archangel Gabriel. Woohoo! Gabriel.
Fantastic.
Yes, Archangel Gabriel. So that's going to be wonderful. Writers, poets, songwriters, get out there and really tune in for that one. It's just going to be a wonderful program. And again, Ros is angelswithros.com. Please pay her a visit. She's on Facebook. Ros Place, Place. Reach out to her, find her. You will be enriched because of it. And to connect with me, of course, I'm on Facebook. Angel Heart Radio is on Facebook. AngelLight777.com as well. I created that as a gathering place for you to share the messages that the angels have for you, and it's my gift to you. So, Ros, we will see you next week, and really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Thank you very much. Have a great week, Anayah. Looking forward to spending the rest of the day with Raguel.
Wonderful. Because it's nice. It's 10 o'clock in the morning for Ros, whereas it's 7 o'clock at night for me. Ros is in the UK. I'm in Australia. So it's wonderful that we can come together like this, Ros, and bring forward what we really love to present. So thanks again.
Well, my pleasure, and thank you very much. Speak soon, Anayah. Bye,
Talk
everyone.
soon. Bye. And remember that you are amazing, that you matter, that you're important, and that no one can do what you can do in the way that you've come to do it. So join us for all the wonderful programs you're going to find on angelheartradio.com. We look forward to your company again. You've been listening to another fabulous program on Angel Heart Radio. Our goal is to remind you of how much you matter in the world and to let you know that we appreciate who you are in the world. You can check out who's on, when we're on, and who our guests are at angelheartradio.com. Everything is there. It's all just one click away. Angel Heart Radio programs are powerful tools to help you in your life and your life experience. They are not intended, nor should they, be used to replace your medical or legal advice.